And Demartini was speaking at a conference.
In Toronto again?
In Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah. And he shared what I thought was the longest quote at the time I ever heard. I think I told you this.
Say it again, but slow it down.
Yeah, okay. So he said, when you do what you love and you love what you do, you magnetically attract the people, places, things, ideas, and events to fulfill your purpose in life, and you feel your true worth. And that was just minutes into his seminar. And I left the seminar.
What do you mean you left? Like after that statement?
After that statement, I exited the seminar. I left the conference.
That was enough.
That was enough, and it was enough to stimulate my curiosity and put me on a pursuit for truth, because that's what I've been searching for my whole life, is just trying to understand what are the real principles, the lasting principles that stand the test of time. And I found it to be accurate.
Okay, so then say that quote one more time.
Yeah.
And then lead into why you left early and what you did with your time.
Sure. So the quote is, when you do what you love and you love what you do, you magnetically attract the people, places, things, ideas, and events necessary to fulfill your purpose in life, and you feel your true worth.
Amazing. Okay, so
Bye-bye, I left.
You left. Then what'd you do?
Then I put it into practice. I just started, when I mean put it into practice, I started testing to see if this is accurate by observing my day-to-day activities. Mm-hmm. And crazy things would happen. Miraculous things would happen that, the kind of synchronicities where, I would have a target of, seeing a certain number of patients a month or reaching a certain financial target or something. Mm-hmm. And then it would happen on the last day of the year. On New Year's Eve, when I was thinking, should I open, should I not open? And then all this magic happens, just, incredibly. And so I called him and I said, look, this quote I heard from you is incredible. I'd love to write a children's book on it, because at the time I was a practicing chiropractor. I was doing some talks.
Okay.
And I was writing kids' books.
Why were you writing kids' books?
That's a story.
Okay.
That's a story. It was after a near-death experience in the car that I felt like called to write.
Mm-hmm.
And so this content drew me, right? This one line. So I called him up and I said, look, I'd love to write a kids' book on this. Mm-hmm. I want to come to your next event in Calgary. And he's like, well, Odie, it's not an event, it's an experience. I think I said seminar. I'd like to come to your next seminar. Okay. I said, well, it's not a seminar, it's an experience. I said, well, I'm not interested in experience. I'm interested in just writing a book. He's like, you can't just sit in the back of the room and write a book, because it's an experience. And anyways, we started negotiating, and eventually I landed on, okay, fine, I'll visit. And we agreed on a kind of a refresher fee.
It's interesting that you started to negotiate, because Dr. John 2024 would not be in a position to sort of just answer the phone and then, communicate and negotiate.
Yeah.
Because he's so much bigger and busier.
True.
You got him at an accessible time.
Yeah, I like to think of it as pre-secret.
Okay.
Because the movie
yes,
is
that's
secret.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's I feel like that's when he went to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of the world knowing what he does, because we've known that about this. You know him pre-secret too. So pre the secret.
No.
Oh, you don't.
The Secret for me, 2006.
Okay.
It came out, and so for everyone that does not know, we'll tiptoe and then we'll dip our feet more and more in this conversation about Dr. John. But yeah, 2006 for me, it was The Secret, and then that was my first introduction.
Got it. Okay. So I visited Calgary and I attended the breakthrough experience, and I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest. I mean, I was there. I had a vision to write a book, and that was why I was there. So doing the 2-day experience was just kind of what I needed to do as a stepping stone to get to what I wanted, right? Mm-hmm. Means to an end. But after each day, we'd spend time, and I would pick his brain on the book. And so I dedicated the book to him. It's called Doing What You Love. And the principle in the story for kids is, when you do what you love and you love what you do, you attract the rest like a magnet.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
and
cool.
we used an image of him to, we made a cartoon. And
yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So that's how we met, and then I started going to other events that he was doing, and same thing. I was the guy that was in the room writing a book, basically.
Yeah.
Paying attention, kind of like continuous partial attention.
Sure.
Paying attention to him and paying attention to the book, and what was going on around me.
What a great way to honor him and incorporate him in the book. You being at the breakthrough, but at the same time, I can see what you're doing. You're killing 2 birds with one stone.
Yes.
Right.
Feeding 2 birds with 1 seed.
Yeah, that's
no killing.
I love that. That's way better. I've never heard that before. Feeding 2 birds with 1 seed.
Yeah, 1 big seed.
1 big seed.
Yeah.
That's such a good quote. Okay, continue.
Yeah, I like it. Then my dad passed away in 2004.
Okay.
And that's when things really took a shift. I hired John to consult with my mom. and he did a fantastic job, as you would expect. And then my mom said, he said everything you said. I said, Mom, I'm a student of him. I studied this whole, helping people with bereavement process under him.
Yeah.
But I can't be the guy.
No, family dynamic. When does a parent listen to a kid, and when does a kid listen to a parent? Not often. But at least you provided the resource.
Right.
Which is
exactly.
amazing.
Yeah. And when Dad died, I'm not in the right state to sit there and coach my mom, because there's so much going on.